Hi there, I'm Chris with PearsonCopy.com, and I'm here to help your brand make more sales with email. As part of my 100 emails in 100 days breakdown challenge, I'm breaking down an email from a brand called Sir Coffee. This is a coffee brand. They do sell coffee grounds and beans, I believe. And what caught my attention about this email, I was in my Facebook feed and their ad popped up, so I clicked on it. I like their website. I like their approach to the website copy and what they did there. So I checked out or signed up for the email list, just check out what they're sending. And this is the first welcome email of I would assume a welcome flow. Um, I did get this a little while ago, and I haven't seen a second or third email from them. So maybe they're just sending one welcome email as part of their flow. That'd be the first big suggestion I would make is, hey, you're sending one welcome email to have people come in. I would send multiple up 5, 7, 10, 15, 20 over the course of 1, 2, 3 months, just to get people into that first purchase. Depending on the brand and what you're selling and how hard you're trying to sell it, or the awareness level of your customer, that's going to determine how we actually approach your welcome flow and welcome strategy. So all of those factors, plus some that I didn't mention, are going to determine how you do a welcome flow, welcome sequence. But yeah, so I wanted to see what Sir Coffee is doing. So far with this email in general, if we just take a quick scroll, I really like what they're doing. I know they are heavily designed. They're designed first from this standpoint, from compared to what I usually do with clients with the plain text. But I really do enjoy the copy and what they do here and the sequence that they take people through in this first welcome email. So that being said, with that context, let's go ahead and dive in and break this one down. So their subject line is "Welcome to Sir." Pretty standard. Welcome to brand name or welcome to club or community, etc. That most brands do that, and that's a winning strategy. A lot of brands do it. It works, and it's very straightforward. So not a whole lot of criticism there. I like what they did, and I think it works. Next, their from name from email address. So Sir Coffee brand name at brand name for the from name, and the hello at sircoffee.com for their from email. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, pretty standard for brands, brand name, and then their hello at email. Next, they start with their first image here. The one thing missing here now that we're talking about design, or the design first, is they don't have a view and browser link at the top. So I would definitely add that up here, just to make sure that people who have a little bit more aggressive email providers that are going to block, distort, remove, etc. images from emails, having a view and browser actually helps them see your whole email, see your whole offer, and actually get to click through and actually buy things. So having a view and browser up here just helps the consumption experience for customers who may have issues with their email providers blocking, distorting, etc. with images. And that's one of the risks you take with design first emails, is that not design, but images in general are considered flags or signals that it could be a marketing promotion, as opposed to an email from a friend or a colleague or etc. Email providers are pretty sensitive to that, so this could be one of the reasons why you're ending up in the promo tab. One of the small reasons, one of the bigger reasons would be deliverability, but images can cause that. So I'll put view in browser up here, so when people do open, they can click open and view in their browser and get the full experience of your emails. So yeah, their first image here, they have Sir Coffee at the top of their brand name. We're so glad you joined us. That's pretty standard for brands. They're just acknowledging the fact that you're here. They let you know, hey, this is the brand you signed up for. We're glad you're here. Here's 50% off your next order. With I'd imagine branded image, but I'm not sure. So it could be their coffee cup and their coffee in one of their shops or their facilities, warehouses, etc., which I think would be great. Otherwise, I think it's a pretty good image. Yeah, so here's 15% off your next order, and then get my discount. So something here that I thought was interesting with them is they don't actually give a discount code. They just say, click here to get my discount. So without actually mentioning it, I'm assuming that it applies at checkout. But I think a little text here, a little asterisk with some text below saying, hey, when you click this button, it takes you to our website, and it allows you to shop around, and your discount will be applied at checkout. You don't remember a code. We already did it for you. What this does is it gives the customer confidence to click on the button. Whereas before, if they say get my discounts, like, I already signed up, why didn't you give it to me? Explaining to them and giving them confidence that clicking here actually applies at checkout. You have your code already. You just have to go shop and buy. It's going to increase the likelihood that they're going to click and go shop. Without that kind of disclaimer or extra information, they may say, okay, this is just a scam. I was supposed to get a code. They didn't give it to me, etc. If I click this button, I never know when I'm going to actually get my code because they made a promise, but they didn't deliver on it. Right. So that right here, if we just add a little text here just to clear that up, there's more likely that people are going to click on this and keep going through the experience of buying from you and actually completing a purchase. Next section. So this is I believe this is our signature roast, if I remember correctly. Our signature cup, a smooth, medium roasted blend of coffee with notes of toffee and honey. So this is like their main bestseller, signature roast, first roast, whatever that may be. Insanely delicious, sustainable coffee that does good for the world from farm to cup. So something here that I wrote down is promise plus the how. So there's a promise here of insanely delicious, sustainable coffee, and how they do it is they help the world by making the process better from farm to cup. Excuse me. So that's a pretty big statement. Um, and I think it's a great statement. It's a great piece of copy. Next, we have the actual product, which I already read this part, but House Roast, this is their signature piece, signature best-selling first piece, whatever it may be. But I would maybe add a little bit more, or maybe like a clarification, or just a statement here of saying, um, with notes of toffee and honey. If you like X, then you'll like this roast. If you like X, you like this roast, or something like that. So just to compare it to something that already exists, because toffee and honey, I know what this tastes like, but together, I'm not really sure. It seems like it's sweet. And it says a smooth, medium roasted blend of coffee with notes of toffee and honey. Maybe like a sweet and salty, or sweet and sultry, something to define the taste, so I know what I'm getting into. Because that's one of the other things too with coffee is like you got to buy a whole bag to get the flavor, to test the flavor, see if you like it. And if you don't like it after the first cup, then you bought a whole bag for no reason. So the more specific and the more description you can give, more reference and context you can give, when it comes to things like scent, smell, taste, or smell, taste, etc., the better it's going to be for the customer when they're actually deciding if they want to buy or not. Got your CTA there, pretty standard, chop or coffee. And then something I really liked about this email, doing good from farm to cup. So Sir Coffee actually shares a little bit of their story. So it looks like these are the two founders here, the two guys that started everything up. Here's the coffee, but the story of Sir Coffee. And I'm not going to read this to you, but essentially what I wrote down here is that passion plus social impact combined into a reason why they started the brand. So the reason why they started the brand is because they have a passion for coffee. They went traveling. And when they went traveling, they found a place that they could actually source coffee from and help the locals by buying from them. And so they created a social impact. They started adding money into that community. And because of that, they're actually able to sell the coffee here in the US. So when it comes to why a brand does something or why a customer buys something, it's at the core of what they're doing. So the core of their brand is passion and social impact. And I think they explain and share that and represent that very well here in this copy. And then moving on down a little further, we have a mission in every cup. So our mission is to do as much good as possible from farm to cup. We committed to working hand in hand with farmers from all over the world to find the very best, most exciting coffee beans while helping these farmers better provide for their families and helping people experience and enjoy freshly roasted, high quality coffee. So again, it just expands on the story. So the story started here with passion and social impact. Their mission is to leverage their passion and buying coffee to sell it and source it from places that where they source it from, and then putting money into those communities so they can actually pay those farmers good wages and stuff to get the coffee into the U.S. to be able to sell it or wherever they're selling it. So their mission is essentially a representation of their passion and the social impact they want to make with their story. And then they have learned more to go check that out. And then last piece here, they have the brand name, social footer information, a little menu here, and then their copyright. So standard footer information. But yeah, the two big insights here. One, I would say to get my discount piece, I would just put a little asterisk or something here saying, hey, this is how this button works. And then two, I think that the story of Sir Coffee into their mission in every cup. I think these are two great sections that a lot of brands could take notes from. A lot of the brands I've seen don't actually talk about their story. They don't actually talk about their mission. They don't share what they're doing and why they're doing it or where they came from, those three things are huge emotional connection points for customers to make with brands. Those emotional connections start with these stories, and those emotional connections are going to keep customers around for longer. They're going to spend more over time, and they're going to stick with your brand for a lot longer than if you didn't do that and just try to sell them stuff every time you send. So yeah, those are the two big insights. I hope these helped. Please take these back to your brand and see if you can use them to make more sales with email. If you do and you do get results, please let me know. I did enjoy talking to you about how that worked. And then in the meantime, go check out my other videos on YouTube, where I'm doing 100 emails in 100 days as a breakdown challenge. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good one.